This, I understand, could be attributed to the use of marijuana. It causes errors in time, space.
And one. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. What the fuck is up, chat? That's our F-bomb right there.
You started it off already.
Yep. PG-13 vibes only, folks.
PG-13 vibes, he says. Thank you for joining us on
1-3.
Talking High Culture tonight. We are live on another Wednesday. We're just coming off of a barbecue. I christened my first grill that my parents gave to me for my birthday / Father's Day. And how'd you guys like those burgers?
Fire. Yeah, you did pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice, good char on them.
Nice.
Big grill daddy tonight.
He earned his dad grill badge.
100%.
He's officially now a real barbecue dad.
All I want to know is who produced that intro track, bro? That shit's fire.
Right?
That shit's crazy.
God damn.
Bro.
We got a producer that's working on,
that shit.
I think he said 47 tracks.
47?
47 beats.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I was right?
Yeah.
See, I knew it.
47,
Yo,
47 beats in 4 months.
Literally, we gotta just do like a mini stream where we just go over a few of the beats and we all just try to do our best over them.
We all say,
Let's give a preview.
We all go, beep, 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 beep.
Or I feel like this is what I've been thinking. Every evolution of THC, you know how there's levels to this shit?
Sure.
Every level we go up, make a new beat for the intro.
We should.
Make a new beat for the intro.
Every certain amount of subscribers we get.
Or every set amount of time. Because we've been bumping this one intro song for a minute.
Yeah.
I have a couple that cooked up already on my computer that I could definitely slide that would
Hell
fit
yeah.
the vibe.
Oh yeah.
So we
Let's
could
do
always
it.
be switching up the intro tracks and all originally created.
I feel like we should be.
What are you looking for?
Ashtray.
Here you go.
Yeah.
The ashtray.
The fucking rubber ashtray.
The ashtray.
Popping me up in 805 Cerveza tonight. I've
Are you
already.
supposed to scan this when you leave?
So, ladies and gents, no, when you get in.
Only when you guys
So, ladies and
because I
gents,
saw the scan on the way out.
You guys
so
probably noticed
that's
that
working.
this is
Okay.
the first podcast.
it's supposed to track your time.
Hey.
Sorry. Fuck you.
Yeah, I forgot my phone.
Fully mic'd. I'm so sorry.
Chris is still in party mode right now, so he's forgetting that we all have to talk at one time. But yeah, it's our first podcast with 4 mics at the same time.
Yes.
So that's we're getting a little quality of life in here, ladies and gents.
Let us know if there's anything that you, let us know if there's any audio issues on your guys' end, if there's anything that we can do to improve it.
I don't know, chat, if you know this, but if you've been watching THC before, there have been a couple podcasts where we have one microphone and you can't hear shit.
Yeah.
So today we have individual microphones in our hopes that you can hear us loud and clear because we love you and we're happy that you're here.
That's right. Flex
Very
those
happy
individual
that you're here.
mics.
Bing chilling.
Very happy that you guys are here
Us
tonight.
when we bing chilling.
As far as this episode, again, we just came back off of a whole barbecue. We had all the boys here. We were smoking, chilling, and grilling, eating the good food.
Marco over here fucking earned his barbecue dad fucking badge today.
Got my grill master title.
His first grill.
We already
Yeah. I got my grill master title.
I'm saying it again.
Okay. I got my grill master title. So when you guys have guys,
No,
show here.
come on.
He's trying to do a show. You guys are fucking talking.
Chris is the culprit right now.
Yeah, Chris, come on.
He started it.
So, Chris, I have a question for you. You had some very good tips when we set up for barbecuing. Where did you learn most of your barbecue stuff? Your barbecue knowledge?
Most of my barbecue knowledge I did pick up from like my stepdad growing up, but also I didn't need to ask no questions from my stepdad because I'm the fucking man.
I knew that was coming.
Callback. We live for the callback. No, but honestly, some of the stuff I also had recleaned, like a grill that me and my lady had bought from a estate sale recently. So I was kind of like pretty good on that, like knowledgeable since I just did it. But also from working in restaurants that had where we did make burgers or steaks before they introduced like flat tops as a main thing in a lot of those restaurants, we did actually have to like have grills, like the elements and everything. So like you get those grill marks, those char marks, and the
Will
char.
it emulate that with the flat top grill?
No, you cannot emulate the flat, like those char marks or anything like that with the flat top grill. You can get a good sear
Can
though.
you ROM it though?
What?
If you can't emulate it, can you ROM it?
Oh, I can run it all day.
I'm so glad that wasn't the beer dog. You definitely need to watch that.
Money.
But
That was a good one though. That was a good one.
yeah, this motherfucker got me off track now with the ROM hack shit.
That's right. We got the point. You can't
Yeah.
sear lines on a flat top.
Yeah,
Summarize.
You can get a good flat sear on a flat top, but if you're looking for grill marks and like a char, then you're gonna want to go with an actual grill
You want to know
because a flat top's not gonna give a char like that crisp, like how the burgers that we had today did.
You want to know the only thing I grilled? Suckers.
Grill and
All I grill is suckers.
when are you gonna get a grill, Rick?
I had one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we used it for.
From
I still have Snapchat shits of that.
No, bro.
That little one?
No.
You got a good one?
No, me and Logan knows.
Yeah.
In our prime fuckery days, when Logan and Ricky were at the prime of fucking up, Ricky had a 6-tooth top all silver grill, and I rocked that bad boy every day.
Damn.
If you know anything about metals, they get tarnished over time.
Yep.
Okay.
They lose the shine. They get scratched.
Sure.
So eventually, like the mirror that I had on my teeth wasn't a mirror no more.
Yeah.
It was just a flat.
It's gold.
I'm not even lying. Bro.
That's the grill he's talking about.
Yeah. We all thought you were talking about like a cooking grill, bro.
No, I'm talking about a real grill, bro.
Yeah, he's talking about teeth grill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
teeth grills.
No, actually.
Yeah, I was with you. I was like, what grill are you talking about? Like the fucking sick.
No, see, I'm
No, I was with him.
I'm so
actually.
sick with it that I only think about
Wait, where'd you go?
Sacramento.
Ricky, where'd you go?
Sacramento.
What?
Sacramento.
How we gonna do it with Sacramento?
Logan, where'd you go?
What? Marco, how's it only me and you now?
Wait. I'm
What
gonna
we
fix the
doing?
illusion, and I'm back.
Wait. Oh shit! Oh wait, where'd you fucking go? How'd you fucking disappear and get here?
I heard about this. I heard
Wait,
about
what?
this.
Whoa.
Whoa, Marco. Wait, Ricky, where'd you go?
Back.
When Marco's
Ricky's
gone.
back. Ricky's back.
Witchcraft.
The fuck?
Black magic.
Wait.
Black magic. Witchcraft.
Oh, Chris is gone now too.
I don't know if
Oh
chat,
my
I
god.
don't know if you guys know this, but one of us here is an AI.
Isn't AI is what he said.
Is an AI, he said.
Isn't AI.
Wait, well, let me do it like this so it looks like this is my.
One of
Somebody
us,
here is AI.
yeah, one of us is not and not AI underscore.
Let me make it look like this is my thumb.
I read somewhere earlier it was that Terminator is a prequel.
That fucking link, motherfucker.
Yeah, okay, so that's what I read that. Okay.
So, I didn't know this, but the Wachowski brothers,
Yeah.
who are now the Wachowski sisters,
They did the
are
Matrix.
not the original creators of the idea of the Matrix. It was
Okay.
from this elderly African American woman named I believe it's Sophia Stewart, but she wrote this book called Third Eye Matrix. And that is what the Wachowski brothers used as the fucking plot Matrix.
Okay.
But Terminator, she also wrote. And Terminator is the prequel to the Matrix. And John Connor, his mother in the Terminator series is Neo's mom as well.
Is Trinity?
So, and there's this.
Sarah Connor is Trinity?
No.
No.
Neo's mom, you fucker.
No. Neo's mom, who you don't
Oh,
have
Neo's
any
mom.
knowledge about in the movie itself.
Oh,
There's
okay.
no backstory on.
They don't need to
Neo.
put that in there because they're not referencing
Yeah.
any of this.
So basically,
Yeah.
Terminator is what happens when the machines take over and the Matrix is in the future after machines have taken
And then the Matrix takes on an allegorical kind of metaphor.
So then all the Terminator movies are all prequels to the Matrix?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
In a technicality.
Every Terminator movie in the sequence
In a sense.
is essentially the battle of the man versus man before the fully submerged Matrix.
So the future is determined for us, ladies and gentlemen. We have lost.
So in Terminator, I'm pretty sure they use dates, and I'm pretty sure in the Matrix, when Morpheus is explaining things to Neo,
It's like 2100.
he mentions some type of date.
Yeah.
So
Like he takes him to the valley of no souls or whatever.
Yeah.
Where it's all gray in the skies. It's like 2108 or some shit.
Fact check us, chat.
Yeah,
And
and
please, if we got any fucking nerds in here, we appreciate this talk.
I mean, we love the Matrix. We've been watching it for years.
Favorite movie.
I'm not. I don't think that this messes up any kind of numbers into that, but I do understand that when it comes to like they explained to Neo that the whole battle against the machines has happened like 72 times before, right? So like, and he said like 72, like this has happened like 72. I think they say years, right? So like the whole idea where everything that happens in the Matrix has happened 72 times up until then. So that's 72.
Crazy
years, right?
interjection, but drones started that. Drones nowadays is starting that machine type warfare.
Oh
The
yeah,
beginning of that, bro, and it's just gonna get it's gonna turn into fucking Star Wars,
Yeah.
bro.
You think
It
about-
already has.
You think about Sentinels in the Matrix? It's a drone
Yeah.
with legs.
Yes.
With
It's
fucking
an octopus,
appendages.
omnidirectional octopus, fucking flying.
Yeah.
If you put one F-bomb in the Matrix, where is it going to go?
Oh, this is good. Wait, no, this is good.
Where is it going to go? In the entire Matrix trilogy,
Hey.
the OG trilogy.
Hey, if you use it, you can't say anymore, and you can't go double back. So you use your. Okay, I'm really thinking right now.
This is
Give
the
me a
only thing
second.
that I can. This is the first thing that comes into my head. So I go first, right? Mr. fucking Anderson.
No, fucking Mr. Anderson.
No, it's
Fucking
it's
Mr.
the part when Trinity has her gun at the fucking agent in the first one on the roof. Dodge fucking this. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
that's good.
Yeah.
Dodge this, and then he can't dodge.
Fucking
it.
dodge
She's like
this.
point blank.
Fucking dodge
fucking
this.
this.
Dodge. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, that doesn't.
Dodge fucking this or
Fucking dodge
fucking
this?
yeah.
Fucking dodge this.
No,
Or
it's
fucking dodge this.
Because okay,
Fucking dodge.
visualize it with
Yeah.
me for a second. It's like gun click, fucking dodge this.
Yeah, exactly. Not
Yeah.
dodge fucking this.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Dodge fucking this literally means dodge this. bullet.
Dodge this bullet, but
Yeah.
fucking dodge this is more badass.
Because if it
Yeah.
comes up to you and you're like,
Dodge this.
Yeah.
dodge this,
Yeah.
that looks way harder.
That's that's the go to because it's a full front shot and she's like this. She's like
Yeah.
dodge this,
and it hits him
yeah,
and he falls
hits him
back.
and he fucking turns into coke.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Oh, I know where you do put fucking in the middle though. Oh, I can't say any more shit.
Dude, just go for it.
Yeah,
We're
you
already-
did
we're already
good.
screwed.
There is no fucking spoon.
It's the kid. It's the kid.
Yep.
There is no.
It's just your mind that bends. There's no spoon.
Okay. Here we go. I really got to think about this.
It's not the spoon that bends. It's your
I'm
mind.
pretty sure there are curse words in Matrix though.
No, but it's PG-13, so you're
Think
allowed
about the
one F-bomb.
Merovingian. Think about one-liners from the Merovingian.
That's number 2.
It's within the entire trilogy.
Oh, okay.
Put one F-bomb in the
Oh
entire
yeah,
trilogy.
that part. He's like, lipstick, this fucking lipstick. No, because he doesn't say fucking. He says lipstick. What do you mean lipstick?
They're
There's no
fighting
lipstick.
right before they fight in the mansion. He's all touching his face before he leaves the door.
Yeah,
all his agents,
because
fucking
The
agents
chick
come and find
wants
him.
to kiss Neo in front of Trinity because she wants to feel,
Piss him off.
you know,
Piss her off.
exactly. Dude, seeing that scene as a kid, I was like,
Bro,
God damn.
I'm not gonna lie. Matrix Reloaded, those two ghost agent twins with the
scared the
dreads,
shit out of you.
most
Yeah.
badass shit I've ever
Those
seen. in my
Norwegian
entire
motherfuckers,
fucking
yeah.
life, bro. Those phasers who can phase through walls and shit, so
They,
badass.
they made
bro.
butterfly knives look insane.
I want to
yeah.
cycle back to what you said about like the tentacles and
Sentinels.
the
Yeah.
Sentinels having the tentacles, right, as drones and being
Sentinels, tentacles.
omnidirectional warfare.
Fat time, sometimes
So the Ukraine has recently used regular ass drones, right? And what they did was they tied fiber optic cables to them, right, and effectively did a spider web over a large portion of Russia, right? And those fiber optic cables not only carry internet for Ukraine, right, but cancel out low signals for.
You know what that's?
long frequency.
You know what that's sounding like to me? War of the fucking Worlds.
It's their
Like literally, when World of Worlds, especially if you had watched like the Tom Cruise one, where they come down they send a fucking EMP, and then you just hear. "Brrrr."
To the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
Yeah, all gas knows it.
Real quick, speaking of Ukraine drone shit, I saw this image the other day on Instagram, and it put me in like this weird like type of fucking feeling because it was super dystopian. But it was modern time today in 2025. They have soldiers in Ukraine who are like fully on this like cyberpunk like future dystopian aesthetic because they're drone pilots, they're kids.
Yeah.
They're 17, 18, 19, but they're hella good at flying drones. And they're in the Ukrainian like fucking military.
Sure.
And they're like posted up on a fucking hill, squatted with goggles on, with trainers on, Nike trainers,
Yeah.
a backpack with an antenna, and they're flying a drone.
Just
for
do
war
recon.
shit.
These are probably the kids that are
And
setting
I'm
up
like,
that
bro,
spyware.
that's some fucking future shit.
Yeah.
No,
bro.
yeah, but
Like,
that also shows the state of the world we're in. That we're recruiting
kids.
fucking 16-year-old kids
Anybody who can fly the fuck out of a drone
to do
like,
drones.
But we have been doing
recruiting-
that for the past 20 years. I just want to say that.
No, grooming.
We have
Grooming.
No, we
Grooming,
no.
grooming soldiers, but we don't draft them or make them actually do active warfare or military duty until they're of legal age.
Now,
So it's same, but different, but still same.
I would throw the wrench in the argument that 18 is not fully developed as an adult.
No,
We are sending children to war.
I'll choose.
at
I'll choose
18,
that.
bro.
Yeah.
Like you can go to war, kill people, get PTSD, have your life attempted to be taken, come back to the United States,
can't
not
drink.
21, can't drink.
Yeah, you
But you
can't
can
go to a
go
bar.
to war for your country and die
Yeah,
and kill people for your country. But you
I
can't come back and
agree
drink
that
and beer.
America.
I do agree that the same age for like drinking should be the same age for like military draft as well.
Yeah, if you
21
if you know
solid.
that, if you see that stat, then you just know we're sending children to war.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly, so this is going to be an unpopular
and
opinion.
we're not the only fucking country doing that shit.
It was
Bringing
crazy.
our soldiers to
You
get
could go to war and still got 3 years before you're technically an adult or whatever.
Yeah,
You should be 21 before you do any of that, right? And if you're being
No.
real honest, it should be like 25.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say you want to be fully
No,
developed
but 20
prefrontal cortex.
but 25 is when they want to start phasing out those vets because they can't. They can't
Manipulate you.
exactly. They
Yeah.
can't manipulate that brain
Yeah.
aspect. They
Bro,
can't
your
manipulate
awareness
that
isn't
brain
there.
growth.
Bro, if they
That
wanted it the way
cortex
they
growth.
wanted it, it would have been 16 is the
Yeah.
draft age.
You're very
Sure.
easy manipulated
They can if they
from
want.
I
They
feel like
would.
from 16 to 25 because your prefrontal cortex, your ability to make decisions and think about situations isn't fully developed until you're 25.
Yeah, but that's why those are prime suspects and targets.
And bro, that's why those type of dudes end up with the worst type of PTSD.
Yep.
Because you got a teenager just going straight from high school into war, doesn't know anything
Yeah.
else, that
There-
has no skills, has no ability to.
Yeah, it's
To
coming.
deal with what he's doing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
home and some dude at the bar is giving him an attitude.
No.
Next thing you know, he's throwing him and fucking ending up in a
Not
gunfight.
even
Imagine this.
that. Not
Imagine
even
this,
that.
bro.
No, worst case extreme scenario.
Think
Yeah.
about it like this. You're 18. All you know is going to school. Okay?
Yeah.
You go to school every day. One day, randomly, they pull you from school. You got to go fight Germany. Now, tomorrow,
2 years later.
no more school. War.
Yeah, you're
Death.
in training
Real
and
fucking
yeah.
war. Where you're seeing people getting blown up every day. People are dying. You have to kill people. I couldn't even.
You're watching a
comprehend
guy get headshot next to you.
The
And it ain't no
change-
Call of Duty.
Dude,
Yeah.
the change
No
in
respawn.
mind state and the change in your pattern of thinking and the change in what you think matters from going from school to war
Oh,
has
it's-
to be insane, bro.
Yeah. Like that
We-
instantly trying to check yourself into that is traumatizing enough, let alone actually once you start dealing with
Have
it.
you ever seen that movie Fury with Brad Pitt and Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah.
They recruit this young kid who's supposed to be just like a scribe.
A
He's like a
typewriter,
fucking
yeah.
typewriter, but they throw him in a tank.
He's supposed to just
And
take
that
that
really-
account of the battle.
That movie really.
And by the end of it, he's hella hardened.
That
like,
movie really
yeah.
opens you up to the real fucking like trauma that
Fuck
war
yeah.
is.
No, because he
and
didn't
what
even
they
want to
go
kill
through.
anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a pacifist.
And
at
even
first.
at the end, bro,
He didn't even want to shoot.
even
bro.
at the end, they all died. He was hiding under the tank. The German kid, there was a German Nazi party like surveying the land. They
Yeah.
saw him. The kid saw him,
Go.
and he was like, hands up, like, please don't shoot me.
Yeah.
And the kid saw him, and he was scared as fuck, just like he was, and let him live, bro.
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, war
There's
is
another
crazy.
Every friend that I had that like when I was in high school that signed up to the military that like they signed up for
They're
active
all
duty.
fucked.
When they came home, I didn't recognize them.
Yeah, bro.
And I didn't know them anymore. They didn't know themselves. Like going to active duty and just signing up for like military.
Infantry.
Yeah, just signing up, but like you're active, like you're signing up, like, hey, I want to do infantry, but I want front lines. You know, and even the Marines, like a couple of the buddies I had went to Marines, like they came back from active duty so fucked up, and I couldn't even hold conversation with them anymore.
You gotta think about it like this, bro. They're seeing the worst of humanity. They're seeing the worst of the worst. There's nothing worse than watching humans
Like
kill each other for no reason.
they seemed like they were mentally like gone in
Yeah.
bed almost.
You have to
like they were
desensitize.
checked
My
out.
grandfather, from my biological father's side of the family, he was in the Air Force. Right? He was 18 when Vietnam. No, Vietnam.
And Vietnam's no bullshit.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Vietnam's not a fucking joke. A
That
lot
was
of
the worst
Americans
shit. That was
died
one of
for
our-
no reason.
Yeah, that was one of our worst fucking wars we ever did.
No, it wasn't even that. It's like all the people that like the veterans that came back
They
actually
didn't get
did, like,
they
shit.
didn't get no praise.
There was
Everybody
no care.
that came back. So like usually when
They got looked at like pieces of shit for going.
when military parties would come back from war, they would have parades and like celebrate the soldiers and be like, "Thank you guys," and have like this big event. When the soldiers came back from Vietnam, they didn't get that.
Nope.
So they came back.
They came back hated.
Fucked up.
Yeah,
Just
because
fucked
they
up.
were being hated on for going.
Exactly. So now they say that anytime you see any old man rocking a Vietnam War hat, you tell him, "Hey, welcome home.
Yeah,
Thank you for your
thank you
service,"
for your
because they didn't get that when
Yeah.
they came home when they were kids.
And they appreciate the fuck out of that.
If you say that to them, bro, they might tear up because like
I've had that happen actually.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, I want to say that there was Vietnam War vets, the No Kings protest that happened over the weekend, right? There was Vietnam War vets that were just sitting there, like just sat down on the Capitol stairs. Like all they did was sat down on the front steps, right? And they were violently beaten with like the billy clubs and horses and shit like that, like the horse stomping and like. So we do not treat, or at least not we. They are not being treated.
Society does not treat our
A
veterans.
particular group within society is not treating our vets and giving them the respect that they deserve. So I agree with Ricky.
I've had some vets. I've had some people that went to Iraq and even come back from my fucking Iraq. They're not treated right because they get looked at like because you have those people that are conspiracy theorists like that are just like, oh, as much as I like to dive into my conspiracy theories, like, oh, Bush did 9/11, all that, like, you know, but at the same time, like, regardless of whether or why they're over there, all soldiers deserve fucking respect.
Yeah.
Regardless if you think that they're there for a government's inside job, they're still doing there because they signed up for it. And if they weren't doing it, who the fuck else would be? Because you're not.
They're just.
I'm not. You know what I mean?
I'll
take that from us. I'm not signing myself up to fucking go over there. So like, I respect them.
The bottom line is that they are putting their lives on the line, right? And that's not something that we do as regular citizens.
Yeah, they get told the soldiers where to go.
You guys want to know something crazy? Is when that war in Iraq was going on, and me and Logan were kids. I was 10, maybe. He was maybe a little ass kid. Our dad got sent to Iraq for like 8 to 9 months.
Fuck.
And so for a
terrified.
whole year almost growing up, it was just us and our mom.
Wondering like if he's gonna come
back. And like we didn't know, you know, like he's in Iraq, you don't really know what's gonna happen. Anything could happen. But
were you wait real quick, can I ask, like, were you sheltered from the news at all, or like were you
definitely.
Okay, because I was gonna say, because that would make it a big impact for you as a kid, like seeing news reports of like what's going on in Iraq, like knowing your dad's over there.
All I remember is he went away for a long time, and there was a long time growing up where it was just me, him, our sisters, and our mom, and then he came home.
Felt like nothing.
And I remember, like, it was like a big deal him coming home. Like we all like ran up to him and gave him a hug.
I think I remember going to the airport.
It was like, holy fuck, haven't seen him in so long, Dad. You know?
Yeah.
And I remember asking him. I was like, did you carry a gun? And he was like, when you go there, you have the option of carrying a 9mm. They'll train you and you can carry it around with you and everything like that. He's like, but I didn't sign up for the training. He's like, I didn't really feel a need to have a gun. And I was like,
Oh, so he went
I was
over there
like,
as like
okay,
a medic.
I respect that.
What?
But yeah, no, he wasn't a
He was
medic.
he was a,
He was a pilot.
He was a
Oh,
pilot.
okay.
He did F-16s and he was on the drones.
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like Predators
But
and
still,
shit like
that's
that.
crazy
So he went
to
out
even
there-
be doing it. And like, you're still taking a risk to not have a gun if you have to eject.
This motherfucker has a confirmed kill. As a Predator pilot, drone.
Oh
like,
shit!
So the drone base was in Nevada, but the Predators he was flying was in like Iraq, Iran area. And yeah, motherfucker saw some motherfuckers run into a shack, dropped a bomb on it. After that, doesn't know what happened. At least
Yeah.
one motherfucker was in
Yeah,
there.
he saw at least
Crazy.
one person
Yeah.
come in or out of the
Bro,
shack. so
this
he knew at least one
motherfucker
person.
Wild.
he had a cameo on National Geographic. Growing up,
We
Really?
saw that shit.
growing up,
That's gotta be all right.
cool.
Yeah, that's gotta be something badass and like proud that you can flex on your friends
dude,
too.
growing up,
That
they
is on
had
TV?
on National Geographic they had a special on the Predator,
Yeah.
and in Vegas it was like Indian Springs was where the other base was outside of Vegas, like up in the mountains, and that's where the Predator like
Like the
main
base was.
Mhm.
So there was a minute where he wasn't stationed at Nellis. Nellis is the main Air Force base in Vegas. He got stationed up at Indian Springs, which is in the mountains of Nevada, which is like an hour and 15 minutes away.
It's the Sierra
But
Nevada.
that's where they filmed this little documentary for Nat Geo on the Predator. And no shit, bro.
Whoa.
For 15 seconds, you get a fucking full frontal shot of our dad, all his shit on, and the comms and everything with his enlisted guy, because the enlisted guy does all the
Yeah, there's like
communications
dudes in the room.
and he does all the controls. So you see them full ass.
Yeah.
eating.
And everything.
Like they're in full mission.
Yeah, they're in full mission.
It
shit.
wasn't just like, oh, like we're just gonna
Yeah. And I remember watching that shit on TV and being like, no fucking way.
No.
I've been like,
That's gotta be like
way, bro.
that's gotta be like the coolest fucking
Oh,
feeling,
man.
especially like if you're in class, like your history teacher, some shit, like, all right, we're gonna watch a Nat Geo thing about this, like drones, like. How cool of like a flex that is, like, yo, right there, watch this shit. That's my fucking dad right there.
I
Like,
guarantee you, bro, if I tried hard enough, I could find it right now and like show you guys.
that'd be
Yeah.
cool. That's cool as fuck,
I
honestly.
guarantee you we can find it because it's like definitely out there. It's definitely.
That's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's some badass shit. I feel like.
There was an air show at the Air Force Base.
There's
last
pictures of
weekend.
him like holding him and my sister with some F-16s.
Yeah. Like,
Oh,
it's
shit.
like 5-year-old me, and he's holding my little sister Bailey, who's like an infant at the time, and we're standing in front of a fucking F-16 fighter jet. Like, he just got off the
Oh.
fucking like tarmac and all that
That's
shit.
cool as hell, honestly.
But this last weekend there was an air show at the Air Force Base. The Thunderbirds. I don't know if you know about the Thunderbirds. Basically,
I've
what
heard
they
of
are, they're a group of fighter pilots, so they fly F-16s.
That do the stunts.
They do stunts.
Yeah.
And, like, smoke trails and shit.
They fly like super close together in formation and do
Mhm.
like rotations and shit, death-defying shit,
Mhm.
right? So I was at the gym the other day, and this guy started like chatting me up in the sauna, and he was in the Air Force, and I was like, "That's crazy. I grew up on Nellis." And he was like, "No way." And I was like, "Yeah, bro. I grew up on the Air Force Base on Nellis." He was like, "That's crazy." He was like, "The Thunderbirds are having an air show this weekend. Are you gonna go?" And I was like, "Crazy shit, bro." I was like, "My best friend Bo Heisey, my best friend in kindergarten. He lives across the street from us because on base housing, there's enlisted housing
Mhm.
and there's officer housing. Officer housing is like this nice houses. Like we
Okay.
had a nice house.
It was like this.
It was like this.
Something similar to
Duplex
this.
like
Okay.
this, low key.
Yeah.
And he was a Thunderbird officer, like top tier ranking, like fucking like one of the best pilots you can be. And he lived across the street from us. And my friend Bo and me were like super close. And so I would get to go to all that little Thunderbird shit and like be
Oh,
behind
shit.
the scenes, like with him,
Get
and
to
like
see
get
all
in
the,
the
like-
cockpit. And so I told that guy at the gym, I was like, "Yo, I've been in a Thunderbird.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been inside of that jet, and like I've been around that shit. Like this is like I told him that same story. He's like, "That's so fucking cool."
That was pretty cool.
And
Yeah.
I was like, "Hell yeah, that's cool, bro." It's like fucking
Talking
love that
Thunderbird,
shit, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Kudos, bro.
I can look at
I've been in that cockpit.
if I try, I can find Bo's dad on the fucking roster of pictures that they have because they do like you know how they do football.
I thought you were.
pictures?
I thought you were gonna say like Bo flies now. I was about to be like, no fucking way.
You know how they do like football and like baseball pictures?
Yeah,
in
like
high school,
years
and
of
everybody
rosters.
has like their face on like the roster. They have that for the Thunderbirds too, and I'm like 100.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
There's a lot of stuff that's very surprising that they have actual documentation online for.
Everything.
They have
They
everything.
have everything.
They
Yep.
they have when I was in high school soccer, If you go on the Lyndhurst High School sports page, right, and you go to soccer, you could just a drop down menu.
You
You see like
look
years.
from high school.
Yeah, look at my roster year stats from high school, and I'm
Hey,
like, oh my
we
god.
can pull up my fucking high
Yeah,
school.
run that spreadsheet.
Yeah, we can.
Temples I got.
We can pull up my huddle right now, bro. We can watch my fucking stream.
If you were in a sport in high school that got any kind of documentation, like through any kind of press, your name is on there by typing in, Logan Ferris, and then what's the name of the high school?
My high school?
Yeah.
Mary de Mesa.
You would type in Logan Ferris that, right? And then one of the first results would probably be the results page for whatever they use for roster.
Not a big flex, but in 2011 I was
Linebacker of the year?
I was
Or like
ranked 10th linebacker in California for solo tackles.
Oh,
There was only 9 people.
We'll look up the stats coming up on next stream.
well, I don't want to brag, but I only started my senior year.
I played varsity
See, I didn't play any.
as a senior. I played varsity as a senior.
I didn't play high school sports because honestly, I knew my grades with like my high school habits weren't enough, so I played like rec sports like outside of like school. But in all honesty, I'm a badass fucking hockey goalie though.
you gotta get into hockey again, Chris. That's gonna save your life.
I'm a great fucking goalie when it comes to playing hockey. I'm not gonna lie. I'm 10 times better than fucking Dominic Hasek. If y'all know that name, if you're into hockey, that motherfucker had the slinky for a spine. I swear to God, my spine is slinkier. I will be all over that net. Nothing's getting past me.
What's his name?
Dominic Hasek.
Dominic Hasek.
Dominic Hasek.
Bro, Dominic Hasek? Of course I know Dominic Hasek.
You better fucking know Dominic Hasek. No, that motherfucker was a great fucking goalie. Definitely an all-time like top tier. I want to say if I'm gonna play again, I need to be defense or goalie because those are the only spots I do.
What sport are you gonna hop back into next?
I'm basketball, and then
You're coaching those little kids, right?
I mean coaching them, but I'm trying to like do it.
Like
myself.
what sport?
Like
then?
I'd be down to do rec ball. I mean, I'm not trying to do it around here because there's some people I'm trying to avoid. But maybe in the neighboring areas, I would join a rec league. You know.
Oh, nice.
How's it sound?
Yeah.
Hey, Ricky, we can still hear you. You're plugged in. Oh, my bad.
No, we're good.
I didn't know if you had the mic plugged in.
No, I'm good. I'm aware.
I'm aware.
He's like, I got it.
I didn't know if you were Chris in it.
Even when I took a piss, I put the mic on the ground outside the door and closed the door.
Did you really?
Yeah.
How dare you?
Because I was like, the mic's on. I don't want to have to hear me peeing right now.
Huh.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So instead
We
of
want to hear that stream, bro.
It was steady.
we hear it. It's actually louder.
Strong and steady.
The stream wants to hear the stream, bro.
That's gonna be funny if I'm listening to the playback and then I hear just a little.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We all say yes.
We both say yes.
Yeah.
I said yes too.
I think that's like the only outlet for like dudes.
It's
That's
sport.
kind of easy. It's basketball because everything. I mean, shit.
Fuck that.
You got
wanna do
softball.
baseball?
You got softball.
Hockey is one of the best sports for dudes.
I'm gonna say this
It
right now.
encourages fighting. It encourages being like aggressive.
I'm gonna say this. No sport
Oh,
is
skating.
easy.
Yeah.
If as a man starting out a new sport, none of them are easy. Nothing's gonna come to you easy. Everything has its difficulties. Like, you know how a lot
I
of
respect soccer players, but ultimately at the core, every time I watch professional men's soccer games, they're a bunch of fucking pussies.
I think it's because I stepped out of like
Men's soccer games I've ever watched, every man taking a foul is a bitch compared to when I watch women's soccer. Women's soccer is actually more entertaining to watch than men's soccer.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because
That's one sport.
Men's soccer's
feel like
theatrical.
Men are
No,
bitches.
hold on. This is why, though. Hold on, really quick. This is why. Because in professional men's soccer, there's a lot of sports betting that happens behind the scenes and
black market
yeah,
source bidding.
exactly.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is very theatrical. That's why a lot of people will pay attention more to like the smaller like state leagues, right? City state leagues, as opposed to like FIFA or like playing for the whole country type shit.
So, in regards to the things that are practical and easy to join, is what I was kind of referring to in terms of what you could do in your adulthood if you're not a professional player. Typically, the things that are available are going to be basketball and softball.
Yeah.
Hockey is, I would say, is more available
Soccer.
in places where it happens.
You have to have an
snow
ice rink
happens.
available.
Yeah,
or if
soccer.
anything.
Yes, I forget about soccer, but soccer is definitely
That's
in that in
Soccer's
that club.
huge, bro.
Yeah, it's definitely in that club for you. Really don't need much to be a soccer player.
Just
to
Play an
play some
adult
soccer.
play to
Stay
play in
ball
an
on the
adult
field.
soccer league.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, there's at least 20 adults where you live that want to play soccer.
And there's indoor, there's
40.
outdoor.
Exactly.
There's
Yeah,
plenty of
so
stuff, and it's not like they're trying to be professional.
that's
They're
definitely
just
in
doing it for
there.
recreation.
I'd say flag football is a little bit more few and far between, and then you just get more alternative as you go down the line.
It starts getting less and less athletic.
Exactly.
Like you
No,
get
no,
you get to like
not-
pickleball.
Nah, not less
Yeah.
athletic. It's just less. It's more niche. Like lacrosse isn't
Pickleball?
less athletic. It's not less
Well, okay,
athletic,
I'll
but
give
it's
you
more
that.
niche.
I'll,
You know what I mean?
I'll give them that. Lacrosse is pretty athletic.
I'm not-
Tennis isn't less athletic. It's just more niche.
I'm not gonna lie. When I was in high school, I only played football, and I was like, damn, I want to play something else, but there's nothing else like football. But all my homies played like private lacrosse league,
Oh,
and it's
lacrosse
basically like the
is-
same shit.
Yeah,
like you
it
get to
is.
smack fools
Yeah,
with a
lacrosse
stick.
is
You know,
lacrosse is essentially hockey just on solid ground, but
it's like
with
field hockey with different rules.
but like yeah, you get you get a lot more leeway with it in terms of penalties and like hitting people with sticks and shit.
What tripped me out about lacrosse is everybody has a different size stick. So like the goalie, their stick is a lot longer
Huge.
than
Oh,
like the
and-
guys who are
and
like
it's-
running with
and
the
it's-
ball.
and
at
it's
the
wider
field,
too
and
to
it's
catch
wider.
better.
Yeah, so like their stick will be hella long, so they can reach out far and like guard. And then I don't know what the positions are called, but the guy with the ball who's running up the field, who's like
I think it's
dribbling
sim-
it
I
in
think
his
it's
hand.
similar to like soccer and
So, like a
like
forward.
basketball,
Yeah, like a forward or
like
something.
point.
But his stick is like half the length of the goalie. It's just like it
Makes
and-
sense. He has to be agile.
Yeah, and then every like how they dribble like the ball in the net when they're running, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah, they're trying to like flick it back and forth to make sure nobody else
Yeah.
can like get it.
Yeah,
Like
they're using friction to keep the ball in their net while they're running.
like
They're,
keeping it like suspended so it's easier when they need to throw it.
just fire.
That way, like it's easier to
Rugby.
fling. So that
Rugby's
way,
fire,
it's not
too.
sitting in the net like creating weight. So like if you're keeping it flipped, like you're keeping it suspended.
You're not
so
even
you're creating
good,
a little
bro.
bit more kinetic
not
force.
Exactly.
Uh,
Rugby's football for real
Yeah,
men.
I got 2 instances with rugby, and it was a rec league at the U of
Rugby,
College. Yeah,
okay.
so they needed extra bodies after I was doing like a jogging, like I was taking an elective jogging class.
You would get murdered.
Right? I fucking did. I did.
Yeah.
Right?
I would never.
They needed extra bodies, right?
You're playing pickup rugby.
Wait, yes.
Did you
Fuck.
tape? Did you tape your ears?
Huh? No, they were like,
You
this
need
is
a
what it is.
muzzle.
It was
You
they
tape
they
your ears
put
too,
like
or-
pad like they gave me like a jersey that had like padding on it, right? And they gave me like a softer helmet.
Like a
right?
soft top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I was like, all right, cool. Like, and then they were explaining to me it was me and 3 other guys that we didn't know anything about it. So
Whoa.
they were walking us through it.
They just needed bodies to
They-
fill the field,
Damn.
basically.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
And they were playing like light, but at the same time,
Rugby's
Rugby's
intense
not
as
light.
hell.
Yeah.
yeah, it's not a light game, but
Yeah.
like they were playing as light as you can with rugby, right? And I was like, oh shit! Right? Then the next day, I had the same class afterwards. Like, you want to go again? And I was like, yeah. And then I was like, no, I'm not doing that shit. That was intense.
Yeah,
man,
bruh.
I had bruises all over
Rugby's
my body just from
crazy,
like the
bruh.
actual like
Damn.
huddling
Yeah.
of it.
I respect those crazy ass New Zealand's and Australian tonguing
Yeah.
fools who be out there just laying motherfuckers out.
They
bro.
really do when they're playing that shit.
Anytime I see a motherfucker tonguing and running with a fucking rugby ball, I'm like, everybody better run away.
Nah, those dudes.
Everybody better lay down and surrender because that guy's gonna kill you. Bro.
Those dudes are
Also, I
next
was like
level.
I was minuscule compared to everybody. Right?
Yeah,
like I
yeah,
was
yeah.
tiny.
Yeah, their bone density and just
They're some
build-
brolic ass motherfuckers.
And I'm 5'11".
I was watching this thing the other day. So in football, they have this thing called Alabama's. It's a tackling drill. So basically, you lay on the ground, helmet to helmet, looking up at the sky. They throw a ball to one of you. If you get the ball, you're the runner, and you have to run over the defender. But if you don't get the
Shit.
ball, you're the defender, and you have to fucking lay out the runner. It's a tackling drill, right?
Damn.
But in New Zealand, in rugby, there's no pads.
Yeah.
So they just go heads up. There's no like laying on the ground, throwing on the ball. They give one person the ball, you're the runner, one person's the defender, and they just run as fast as they can at each other and
That's
collide.
crazy.
And 5 times out of 10, once somebody gets knocked out because of just the collision and shit. But I was like, bro,
They're not a
and
great.
I was watching because it was in New Zealand, and all those motherfuckers are Tongan and fucking Samoan.
They were bred on that shit.
I remember sitting there and being like, ain't no chance I'm going against one of those motherfuckers.
I think New Zealand is Maori.
Like
Maori.
Kiwis,
Yeah.
Kiwis or whatever. But
I wouldn't say
Maori.
all of them are Tongan.
I think it's like a cross.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Tonga, is like a whole island.
that big Samoan Islander build,
Yeah.
that shit's
So
terrifying.
they are separate. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure they're separate.
They are all considered Polynesian.
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
like,
But
of
New
the
Zealand
Pacific
and
Islander
Tonga,
area.
the island of Tonga, I'm pretty sure are different.
Yeah.
So let's not.
Yeah.
People.
We're not trying to get canceled here.
Exactly.
We're just
saying- he
ignorant.
was comparing size.
We're just ignorant as
fucking know.
fuck, folks.
I don't know. I'm not an expert.
We
I'm
don't
just
know geology.
relaying what I saw on YouTube.
Because hey, okay, no, I'm not even. That's a
No,
conversation
say
for.
it.
Okay, yeah.
Say it.
Okay, fuck yeah.
Do it.
It's like how people used to talk about Asians back in the day about how they just call an Asian person Chinese. Whereas if you see like a Samoan / Islander person, you would probably just call them Samoan
Or Hawaiian.
Or it's like
Yeah, it's like, are you
Yes,
Hawaiian?
New Zealand or Maori
Yeah.
or all those are just as acceptable. So it's like things are getting a little bit more diverse in what we call people or what we know to call people.
I respect that.
Sure.
All I'm saying is, regardless of what island they're from, they're fucking huge, and I
All I'm
ain't running
saying
a
is,
ball against them.
True that.
I ain't running up heads up against them. You got me fucked up.
Hey, what are you eating, you fucker? Full tail.
No, me.
What? A little.
No, me.
What we get this cat eating? Our glizzies?
Bread?
Damn, he's heavy.
Eating our glizzies?
What is he eating? Oh, he's licking off the spatula.
Ha.
Okay, we'll wash it. up.
Megan?
Licking that glizzy grizzle.
He's heavy. Hey,
That cat's heavy.
he's soft.
Y'all know that cat's heavy, bro?
I think the cat's heavy.
That's a real cat right there.
It's a real heavy cat.
It's a real heavy cat, bro. Y'all get that heavy cat.
My cat's like half the size.
Oh, Sublime.
Yeah, she's so small. I could pick her up like this.
I was just saying, yeah, last time I
That
saw
cat's pretty
Sublime,
small,
she
too.
was still seemed real tiny.
No, even my homie Brady came over, and he's like a cat guy.
Mhm.
And he saw her, he's like, dude, she's pretty small. And I'm like, is she? He's like, yeah, she's tiny. And I was like, that's crazy because she eats a fuck ton. I don't know what's going on, bro.
She be farting.
Yeah, Nebula was
Be
always saying to
stankin'.
me that she needs more food, and I'm like, didn't I feed you already?
Yeah.
All right, so who are we fucking each other up in the game tonight or what?
Yes,
what we doing?
Yeah, we will. We're not gonna be able to stream it live right, because I don't have it all set up for that. We'll wrap up in about 15.
We'll smoke some each other.
Let's smoke
Oh, yeah.
a little bit more. Let's get another
It's
bowl.
been a minute since we all played each other. Chat, we'll let y'all know on our next stream who took the W's tonight, but let us know who you think is going to get a W in Smash and Mario Kart. We don't know if we're playing both or one or the other, but just let us know who you think is taking the overall dubs tonight.
All I know is that the other day at work, this kid tried to flex on me that he was playing the new Doom.
Oh, no.
He was
way.
bro. The new Doom, the new Doom is fire,
Is
bro.
it?
Yeah,
It's medieval, right?
it's medieval, and so if you know anything about Doom, it's all about the combat style
Yeah.
and how you interlink kills and do all that shit, right? So
Use your weapons right. your
exactly.
ammo
So
correctly.
Doom Eternal was a more fast paced,
More rocket shooter.
Insane.
combo
You're-
focused,
oh,
right?
Bro, your whole system could freeze
Yeah.
up because of how much shit is going on. So
This-
so easy.
the new Doom, the new Doom is slowed down, so it's not so fast paced combat. You're a fucking tank.
Damn.
So you're not spinning
So you're-
around doing
you're-
hell kills. You're just driving.
you're legitimately
through
like
shit.
Doom guy.
Yeah, you're fucking with
You're,
your
like,
shit,
more-
and you're just
more accurate.
punching through
Bro,
shit.
in Doom Eternal, you could literally forget what shit to use next because there are so many buttons. you
See,
can
I
press.
heard that
There's
Doom
8
Eternal was
weapons
actually.
to cycle through.
I heard that it was actually very good to
Yeah.
play through like that.
If-
It made you feel like the OG Doom, where you're just plowing through fucking everything.
If you know
left and right.
anything, the OGs that play Doom, there are certain cycle patterns in your weapons that
Mhm.
interlink the best combos with the best opponents. So obviously there's
the BFG,
there's light
bro.
opponents, there's medium opponents, and then there's heavies and bosses. But certain weapons
if you switch to this certain gun after that gun runs out of ammo, it like fires at a certain rate that links up with this gun that will do the damage and
okay, so
kill.
chain combo.
You know what's funny
Exactly.
about that though? Is like
Nice.
when I remember on Did You Know Gaming, they had a segment on the original Doom. The stuff that he's talking about on those combos, while some of it was intentional, a vast majority of those combos
But they
were
left
not.
it. But they
right?
left it in
No,
because it was player
Well,
favorite.
the players found it out.
Exactly.
The players found out
What it is that they recognize
left it in.
patterns, right? And they recognize cooldowns, and they recognize all these different things. They're like, oh, this is the best one to use after. Right?
When did you all first start playing Doom?
Okay, hold on.
Let me
All y'all answer first.
let me interject with
Logan
this. I think that's an interesting thing to think about nowadays. Is that back in the day, they would release a game and there was no updating it. So if you found something
The
out,
meta.
it
Yeah.
was forever, bro. You found that out, and that is now something that is
That's
utilized
yours
forever,
only,
bro.
yeah.
So nowadays with updates, they could literally patch that out the next day, the next hour.
Real
you know?
quick, kind of off topic. I talk about this a lot, and it always fucks with me. So kind of like the same thing. If you figured out a meta in Doom, and it just kind of gave you this like OP power the whole game, like you figured it out. I think about like games like Fortnite, and I think about the developers who are like building and coding the building like pattern and shit.
Yeah.
Eventually the players are going to figure out and crack the fucking building pattern
Sure.
and be able to rapid build, which they can.
Yeah, which they
now.
have too.
And so to me, I think about that and I'm like, do they have the intention of people breaking like their system and being able to be like,
I think it's 50. I think it's 50-50.
I don't think they have the
think it's
intention. I think that they just
exactly.
happen.
And so when
No,
shit like that
50-50.
happens, when players figure out that meta on how to build rapidly or how to switch between guns in Doom rapidly to get the best kills, it's just so fucking insane to me that they figured out this one situation that will work in this game.
I feel like it's between like some developers like actually trying hard not to leave that in. So, and then there's another 50% of developers who are trying to actively leave little like Easter eggs and shit like that in for players. You know, you
There's
have
that,
to,
there's that,
and you
yeah.
have to have that good balance.
Yeah.
When you're working on a game like any type of game like that, you know what I mean? You have to have a good balance between developers who want to make the game as challenging as possible, but developers that also like, hey, if I can hack this in there or code this in there, and you know, there's smart enough players that can like figure this out on their own.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. Then that means like I'm helping like these really smart players like develop like on this game,
there might be
and that
times, yeah.
leads to improvements on the game later on.
Mhm.
So that leads to longevity on that game developer's part as well.
So
You know what I mean?
I think coding is hard. So that leaves room for a lot of
Margin of error.
Do I need to be blue? So coding is hard. So you set something up, it leaves a lot of room for variability, and then you add that in to lagging, adding into all that variability.
Shit.
So you can't really code in all these issue solvers or whatever. So there's always going to be chances for glitches or things to be found, and even if they are patched all out, lagging and stuff like that has a lot to do with glitches.
I fuck
But
with that.
lagging is only if you're
But
playing
it's not
online.
repeatable.
Wait.
Lagging also isn't repeatable.
No, he's right. Listen, because you can't, in a situation, code any possible situation that the player would play in that instance. Like, there's
At least
no
not
way.
nowadays. Yeah.
Exactly. So,
always a
yes,
unique
back,
thing.
so
Back
there,
in the day, yeah, it was easy because you could just have a mod
yeah,
switch on the
exactly.
back of the console.
Because they were limited to their abilities at the time. But now with games, there's so much shit you could do in just like in the first person shooter. Like you
Yeah.
can run around and do all this crazy shit. It makes sense that there are some little spots where if exploited, you could jump through the map or do this or do that. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
let's go roll back. Coding is hard.
Yes,
It leaves a lot of
coding
room
is
for
hard.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
wanted to jump on.
And eventually, every game can be broken if you're like figure it out
Yeah,
like
yeah.
hard enough.
Like,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
Coding is very hard. Building these video games is very hard, and there is aspects that they miss when they are trying to build these games, right? They're trying to make this game look as polished as possible. There's patterns, there's lag, there's load times, there's out of bounds, there's particular graphics, there's all these factors that play. When people break games, that's why they call it breaking, is because they take advantage of those factors.
Have you ever watched like videos on YouTube of developers of game devs reacting to speed runs?
Yeah.
They're like, how? We never even thought that was possible. How
I
the
built
fuck
this
did they
level and
think?
it took me an hour.
Exactly. They're like, we
took
spent
me 12
We
days.
spent 36 days on this front room and they cracked it. What do you mean?
It took me 3 days to make that potato salad. 3 days.
So they
That shit's
did
crazy.
in Jedi Fallen Order, one of the new Jedi games.
I played that.
They knew that the moment that they added jumps or double jumps, that people were going to start trying to find
It was easy to break the map with
map.
with that shit.
And dude, breaking the map is so satisfying. What up, dude? What
Thank you
up,
for joining us.
Isaac?
Isaac Guzman, what up, player?
Isaac,
What up, player?
long time no see.
What up,
You're gonna
Isaac?
smoke soon, Isaac.
What are you smoking, Isaac?
Watch my drink. It's right here.
What up,
Fuck your drink.
player?
Fuck you.
Get another one.
So whenever me and Marco could get time on a PC, we could start getting working on some type of visuals, some type of like pixel videos or visuals or whatever.
Can I do the music for it?
Of course, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna do some game.
Wait, okay.
I can
Real
definitely
quick.
hop in on some good
Real
games
quick
for that.
question though. Do I do the music before and you guys make the video to the music, or do you make the video
We can
and
do-
then I make the music
We could do.
to the video?
Let's experiment with both.
I'm watching the video and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm feeling.
Let's experiment with both.
Music to the
He
video.
wants to do this.
No, let's experiment with both. I feel like because it could work depending on the situation.
Listen, he was going for a post-apocalyptic world vibe, so
I got
that's
you.
something that we're trying to work on. It's a little bit of a
dystopian fucking.
nice little
Dystopian
animation.
nuts.
We're working on it. It's in the bag.
Yo, me and Ricky had this old idea back in the day that we'll talk to you guys about because this could be in the shit, but it's like it's an interesting idea. I like that that whole vibe.
Which one?
We'll talk about it later.
Okay, I like that.
Talk about
Keep it secret.
Keep it a secret.
ancient Chinese THC secret.
It's like I do really like that the whole Book of Eli type vibe though.
Book of Eli is one of my favorite fucking
That
movies
color
of
grading-
all fucking
the
time.
color grading in Book of Eli is something
I
that
definitely feel like that type of music is like some Hans Zimmerman like esque like type shit, and
Hans Zimmerman's
I
a goat.
fuck with like movie scores like
Christopher
that.
Yeah,
Nolan.
Hans
Yeah.
Zimmerman's a fucking goat.
I love making beats, but like movie scores, like the shit they play in Dune,
Yeah.
and the shit they play in
Yeah.
like Interstellar, that shit hits so
That
hard,
background,
bro.
yeah, hell yeah. I
There's
can see you getting into that shit.
That's what Logan always said that he was always like, he's like, your beats sound like movie music, and
Yeah.
I was like, maybe that's my
I felt
thing,
the same
bro.
shit. Like there's
Yeah.
a couple times where I've listened to a couple of your things where I was like, yo, this is like what I would picture like hearing on like
Like a
an
fight scene or some
or
shit.
like on ending fight scene, like a credit scene, like not
Yeah.
like just crediting or anything, but like a credit scene on like an anime, like a movie.
like a super like deep ending scene that
yeah,
plays.
exactly. Like
Yeah.
it ends with like the credits like over the movie, like
Yeah.
while the movie's still
And who
playing.
knows, bro? That might be my thing. you
Yeah,
know?
there's a lot of different types of music out there, and even though that you have like that vibe, it's like, oh, it does fit within a particular genre. There are certain songs that just work better.
Yeah, you
with
can
the
make your own.
soundtracks
You
of
can
the
make your
movie.
own songs.
I've always said this with my music that I make is that there are certain songs that you could tell like, okay, that's a beat, like that needs like lyrics over it, and then there are some songs that just sound like what I was feeling at
like
that
you
time.
and you can tell
know
like,
what I'm
all
saying?
it is just the beat and the instrument.
Exactly, and it
Which
doesn't
I
it
like
doesn't
and I
need it doesn't
appreciate.
need mixing, it doesn't need mastering, but the rawness of it is just
Yeah.
how I felt at that moment in time, and it can like correlate.
Which
you know what I'm saying?
I like to be able to appreciate when I listen to music. And as for my musical taste, like I like to be able to like hear that distinguish whether it's just a beat or like with the lyrics included or not. Like I can tell like, all right, they were just feeling this at this time and this is what they wanted to get out between like, oh, like they were really trying to put some fucking
Yeah.
shit out right here.
What's
like
really trippy.
oh, like this is where they're spilling their fucking emotion
Soul.
out, their
Yeah.
soul,
Yeah.
and I can feel that in just a beat alone.
Well, here's what's really trippy about that feeling is that when you really attribute it, it's all electrical signals and
Yeah,
molecules,
It's
right?
chemicals.
It's
Not
fre-
even chemicals,
it's
it's sound,
frequency.
it's sound waves and vibrations
So,
and frequencies.
yes.
Not even just that has even
It-
less to do with chemicals.
No, are we
than
talking
chem-
40,
well, it-
432 hertz?
But
bro?
no, it is.
Yo, let's
It is
go.
still
Talking
Talking about
chemicals.
Let's
32
go.
hertz, bro.
Listen,
We're
so-
talking about the.
Here,
This is 432 hertz shit
All
right
right,
here,
let's
bro.
get
Listen to what I'm
let's
saying.
get in the brown noise.
Are we
real
listening
quick.
to Marco right now?
Okay, come on. All right. So it is the molecule. So first it's the vibrations. You're right.
Yeah.
Right. Vibrations enter into the ear canal. Right. Then those trigger signals in your brain, which are then just
Which
the electric.
turn to chemical.
Yeah,
response.
electrochemical reactions,
That
right?
part.
So
That part.
both of those things are happening, right?
That part.
That part. it's it's
That part.
it's an immediate.
I almost got him. Sorry, Marco.
Immediate.
It's an immediate reaction that we have to music the moment we hear it, either disgust, love, appreciation, joy,
Euphoria.
euphoria, all these crazy
part.
different things that adjust your molecular signals, your frequencies, and your vibrations just through the vibration alone.
Through that part.
Yeah.
So it's
Wait, what are we talking about?
Music.
music.
We're
right?
through music, art,
Yeah.
like
Forgot what we were talking about.
ultimately, like the soul
Like-
and life of all life. Music and sound and frequencies and vibrations are the source and essence of happiness, of life, of how we get through anything, because everything ultimately vibrates at a specific frequency, and it's just a matter of attuning yourself
Yes.
and being able to master the ability of hearing, learning, and attuning yourself to frequencies.
Damn, Chris, you're on some DMT.
Yeah. To get through life. No, but that's like
It is what it
that's-
is.
Just like once.
No, but that's meditation. That's Buddhism shit. Like you.
There it is.
Sorry, there it is. But that is what life is. That's understanding, because ultimately everything could come down to people that are like shamans that do nothing but they do deep meditative like throat hums and shit like that. They do like a lot of
So sound.
yeah. I started getting off on tangent.
Right.
I apologize, chat. but,
It's all
like,
frequency.
if you are aware of it, yeah. Marco was saying
when you feel sad and somebody says, "Here, listen to this song when you feel sad," right? You are essentially saying, when you feel sad,
you're trying to share.
when you feel sad, listen to this frequency. When you feel sad, listen to this vibration.
Yeah, because there's like certain tones
Yeah,
to like.
and you gotta think about it too. If
It
you-
elicits the same exact reaction, or at least a similar enough reaction every single time. It's like a drug. It's like
Yeah.
it has an intended
It is
effect.
it is a drug.
there are certain frequencies that certain songs put off, and if you're in that frequency in that day, and that song happens to play and your frequencies align, that's when you like get all emotional and shit over songs that you've heard a million fucking times.
I got a pocket for the sunshine. I got a pocket just to know that's all I know. Oh,
That's right, guys.
welcome, chat.
Thank you for joining us on Talking High Culture tonight. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to check us out on talkinghighculture.com, on YouTube, and on our social media.
Look how limp
Instagram,
my deuce is, bro.
Remember that pocket full of sunshine, bro.
and Blue Sky and Threads.
Blinsky.
Yeah. Go ahead and send us off, boys.
I'm gonna hit the
So I'm gonna be 27 the next time we're on this podcast.
He's getting close to that 30 club. He's almost joined the rest
Holy
of us
shit,
here.
it's Logan's birthday.
So
He's almost joined the rest of us here, chat.
I will see you guys next time, and I hope
When he's a little bit older and hopefully wiser.
y'all stay hydrated and enjoy your summer as best as possible. And go skate on Go Skate Day, which is also my birthday.
Yeah.
Fuck. Chris, send him off, bro.
Tree flip. No, 3.
Nolly 3? Okay.
Let's go. Laser.
Chris wishes he could laser flip,
I would.
but
I do.
I just want to say,
I can better nollie, but
if you're watching this, I love you. We all love you.
yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. Talking High Culture is a vibe. We're a family, and we appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And honestly, on my part, just hang out, check in with your people. Same as always. Celebrate your boy here. You know, getting older ain't always easy, but it can still be fun. Check in with you next week.
Dog. All right. Thank you for joining us. Good night.
Later.
Yo.
Who's getting their ass?